Red Hat grew from a very, very small company very, very rapidly, and we only put in place, I'd say, a formal strategic planning process about 4 years ago. And it's a very different process than you would see at most companies. Most companies, it's a senior staff. You may involve some consultants that in secret put together strategy. When I first got to Red Hat, that was my natural inclination. And I was quickly told that no strategy would be accepted here and therefore executed well here if it didn't have broad input, dialogue around the various components, and then ultimately transparency in how the decisions were made. And my first response is, but strategy's secret. You can't collaboratively do strategy. But I said, okay, let's start off. We'll put some websites up. Those websites are still up and we're still using them. We have senior leaders do webcasts. We have senior leaders do blogs talking about components of strategy, where we think we're competitively advantaged, and we get feedback. We get really good feedback. Getting feedback from the front line of, that's crazy, our customers will never buy that, or we can't sell that, or have we thought about this in a new area? And it's an ongoing strategic dialogue now. So we actively encourage, as a matter of fact, I send blogs out periodically to encourage people to go to our strategy site and continue to add feedback. Now, always there are 2 or 3 things that, for obvious strategic reasons, we need to keep confidential. But it turns out that 95% of the strategy, and this was a surprise to me too, really can be open. What categories we're going into, what are our sources of competitive advantage, what are the value points for our customers, and how do we best communicate those to customers. All of that really is open and should be open in most companies. And the process works better, the results are better, but more important than that, the execution is better when people not only know what the strategy is, but they know why the strategy got put in place, they know what the trade-offs were, they know that they had input into that. So our execution, once we've laid out a direction, is far superior to anything I've ever seen, but it's because people know and understand the strategy and they've had a part in making it happen.